We are back. This is week 5 of Troubles in Otari. So last time y'all kept going deeper under the tunnels under Otari, finding more and more strange things along the way. You found a weird shrine to something. It was a shrine to, pardon me, I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but the god of nature.
Gazra?
Gazra, thank you, yes. You found a shrine to the god Gazra, which was very weird. This underground slimy cave with a weird silver bowl in it that was perfectly clean, and some of you drank the water of that bowl after giving the god an offering in this chamber. And some of you are more fortunate than others. Unfortunately, poor Ashay is feeling a bit seasick after this experience, but the rest of you feel like you've got the ocean behind you. The ocean's at your back, ready to protect you and empower you during whatever comes next. You also found a weird room with a puzzle in it. A statue had hands held out in front of it, and it was in the symbol of the god Abadar, the god of wealth and civilization. And after some tricky planning and experimentation with the coins, you managed to work out a strategy that solved his riddle, and you were awarded not only the coins that were on the table, but a secret passageway into a room that gave you a bit of an advantage here. You found some loot in this room. It was some sort of vault, it appears, but also the controls for some sort of contraption in the room you can see through just a little bit. Some slats in the room you're in are open, leading into the next room. And when you activated these controls, you could tell that a trap in the next room has been primed. And thanks to Eshay's good roll last week, you were able to understand where on the field that trap is located. As well as, you planned up leaving Nocti here in order to activate that trap exactly when you need it to go off. Through the slats in the wall, you've heard some kobolds on the other side, so you're planning now to enter into that room, take care of the kobolds, set off the trap during the perfect time during this confrontation, and see what else is in that room, hopefully. So let's get over there. Let's just get right into it. See how much we can get through. Alright. Everybody loaded in?
Yep.
Alright. So, recapping the plan again. You've got Nocti ready at the controls when needed, but otherwise, the table is yours. What do you do?
Do we have any idea where the kobolds are around here?
So you can kind of hear them. You're able to see through the wall to the north of you there, but in reality, there's only like a few slits in the wall, like just eye holes you can see through, and they probably can't see you from that side, you would guess, based on the size of these slits you're looking through. But you can hear somewhere out of sight in this room. It's hard to tell which direction they're coming from, but somewhere in the next room there's some kobolds, and they're not in the area you can see.
Okay.
But it does sound like 2 or 3 of them having a conversation.
Did Ayla take the scroll of magic missile?
There is one left in the vault, so if Ayla was going to take it,
Oh,
they've not actually taken it yet.
Yes, I will take that happily.
All right. Absolutely.
I don't remember how to loot.
I think you can just drag the item.
Oh, my character sheet isn't open. That's why I can't.
Yeah, that'll help.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So Nocti, when I yell your name and the word lever, I need you to press this, okay? Great, I think she gets it. I'm not certain, but I think.
Probably. Ashay, I will give you one other detail here, because I was describing the scene very quickly, but now that I'm keeping in mind you have excellent hearing as a whisper elf, Go ahead and give me a perception check, including your whisper elf bonus, the +2, I think, right? And if you succeed on that, I'll tell you which side of the room you think these kobolds are coming from. So I don't
Alright,
think a
and this
normal
is a
human.
blind DM or GM roll?
This can just be a normal roll because you'll either be able to tell or you won't be able to tell, I think. Yeah, so listening, it's pretty hard to tell, unfortunately. You think part of the, that little 5-foot gap between where you're listening from and where the walls open up some more means the sound sort of gets funneled towards you instead of, allowing your ears to naturally pick up in the direction like they would usually, and it's pretty tricky.
Okay. So I guess in that case, sneak out and start getting ready to go through the main door while
Fair
we're
enough.
avoiding notice. So, stealth check?
Indeed. Yes, if everybody could give me stealth checks, please.
Are these private or public?
These would be private, yes. Thank you for asking.
Not very good at stealth. Blind.
All right. So you all feel pretty stealthy as you sneak up to this door. I guess Nocti isn't moving, so Nocti doesn't need a roll. But yeah. None of you has tripped over anything yet, so nothing catastrophic has happened. But you're all ready at the door to bust into that room as soon as you see fit.
All right, are we good to go, or does anyone else need to prepare anything else?
Ready whenever y'all are.
I'm good.
I'll load up my weapon just in case.
Okay, I will
So,
quietly open the door.
okay. I'll just continue to use your current stealth check for that. And you actually
And
do
I
notice
will-
as you start to push open the door, you're very glad that you started to open it very slowly because it is very squeaky as you start to push. And you have to push it really slowly to make sure it doesn't squeak very loudly.
And I guess I will peek my head in to see if I can see anything. But
So there is a torch up in the top left corner there, but you're having trouble seeing farther to the right into the room as the light kind of fades away and the pillars get in the way of the light and stuff. But now that you're in the room, you hear the kobolds off to the right of the room.
I will point to that direction so that the party can see.
I'm gonna sneak out and see if I can see some kobolds.
All right.
I'm gonna follow.
So I think how we'll handle this is as soon as you can see, as soon as one of you can see the kobolds, we'll assume that's sort of when we'll enter initiative, essentially, unless you have another plan besides combat. And we'll just use your stealth as initiative, and so on. All right, so
Oh,
yes,
I
you
see a
do
kobold.
hear some kobolds. So let's get into initiative. I will roll for the NPCs. And then you all, I will use your stealth check totals. So like that, I believe. There we go. All right. So since you beat their original rolls in perception, not their initiative rolls in perception, they don't know you're here yet. So we're actually going to skip this first turn. and go to Ogden while I pull up better music.
Okay, I will go and hide into this corner, and I will. At this point, I will have my mace and shield drawn, so I will move, and I will use the the ready action for if someone walks into the square in front of me. So.
Okay,
That's
so
my
you're
turn.
waiting for someone to walk in front of you. Got it. Just to clarify the room a little bit here, in case it helps, there is a staircase there, and it does go down a bit. So it's about a 5-foot drop down that staircase.
Okay, so I would
So
say it's
you're-
this square right here.
Okay, so if anyone walks within your range, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, if anyone comes up the staircase, they'd have to, kind of move down that way. Okay, yeah, that's all of your actions. Ayala.
I think I'm gonna sneak behind this pillar with a step action.
Yeah, it should work.
And yeah, I'm gonna channel elements to make a nice light breeze around us. And I think I'm just gonna chill here, peeking around the corner, waiting for the thingies.
All right, so you're just preparing yourself. Oswin, you're up.
I will use the one action to move, and I can see some there. Can I mark this guy as my hunted prey?
Absolutely.
Does he have any sort of cover at this angle or no?
From you to him, it does not look like it, no.
Beautiful. I am going to use my last action to make a strike.
All right, he is currently off guard to you because he's not spotted you yet.
All right, is that anything that I should add? Does that add like a circumstance or something?
It is a circumstance penalty to his AC, which I have applied.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right.
All right. That is a hit.
Wonderful.
Right.
Ooh, those are some really bad damage rolls.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, 3 damage. I'll apply it. As
I believe that is 3 actions for me.
that makes sense. So you step up,
So you're
sneak
like
out
right
of
between
cover
my
a little
little
bit,
inset.
sling the bullet down there, and the kobold who's chatting with the others quite enthusiastically suddenly gets a sling bullet just probably to the shoulder or something based on that damage. It just jumps up, grabs the spear, and you can see the other kobolds scrambling to get ready. And the other kobold actually acts first as he sees that rock hit, and the kobold that got hit like kind of dropped his spear and had to reach down and pick it up. This one's more ready, and he's going to rush up here as fast as he can and stop right there. Just kind of hold his spear out, like trying to intimidate anyone from coming down the stairs. This creature here. It has a bit different equipment than the others you can see, and you're not quite sure without a knowledge check what they might be doing, but they are another kobold. They're just not outfitted in the same way. Although I guess that's going to be revealed pretty quickly what their extra equipment does, as they can anyone even see him from here? I guess Ashay can, yes, and Ogden can. As they pull out some things and start quickly erecting something on the ground near them, as they pull out some different tripwires and things and try to make the area around them more difficult to walk through. That will be its entire turn. Ashay, you're up.
I'm gonna use a move action to step forward so I can actually see all 3 of them. And then, let's see. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame. Hold on, let me target the one. On this guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can see as you look at him and hit him with this. That is a hit. I'll finish my description after you hit him with that damage. Ooh, nice. Apply damage. So you can see as you pop around the corner and then hit him with this fire. He's got his spear kind of pointed out at Ogden. You can see Ogden is ready to hit back at him, but they're kind of both waiting for the other to move. Like, he's not trying to rush into danger, but he's also not trying to like attack anyone directly. Seems these kobolds are very preoccupied with keeping anyone from going farther east. Anything else on your turn, Ashay?
Nope, that was 3.
Alright, then this other kobold is also going to rush up onto the steps, and again, stick his spear out, just point it at anyone who comes close, just like trying to fend anyone off, and just really trying to defend the staircase. Ogden, you're up.
Alright, so how far of a drop is this?
5-foot drop.
Okay, is there any damage from that?
I don't believe a 5-foot drop is enough. I could double check that, but my intuition says no. So let's just go with that.
Okay. You said that the guy was putting stuff around him, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'll go 5, 10. Is that 15 with the drop?
I don't think so, no.
It's 5, 10, 15, 20.
Alright.
And I'm gonna target him. And here's a miss. And then my last attack is a hit for 6 damage.
Alright. Boom. Yes, he's already scrabbling to pull something else out of his pack, and then you run at him with a sword, and now he's kind of facing you in combat instead. Anything else? I think that was it, right?
Yeah, that's it. And it's a mace. Because I don't have my
nice.
sword.
Thank you. Ayla.
Alright, I'm gonna start with a stride action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hi there. Yeah, I'll move to here. And then I'll call over towards the gap in the wall using command to tell Nocti, Nocti, the lever!
Alright.
And then as Nocti's action, I'll have her hit the lever.
So, you see Nocti pulls the lever, and the tiles the kobolds are each standing on just sink into the floor quite suddenly, about half an inch. They both look down comically and then look back up at each other with a worried glance. And then on the far wall over here on the left side, spears just fly out of the side of the wall across the room towards them. So it's going to make 2 spear attacks, one against each. I'll just have to roll that here. That's a hit. That's a hit. Then I can roll damage here at least. Alright, and that is 1 dead kobold, 2 dead kobolds, as the spears do more than enough damage to skewer both kobolds, and I think the force of it actually knocks their bodies down the stairs as they get skewered into the tiles below. Anything else, Ayla?
For Nocti's second action, can I say, hey Nocti, can you unpull the lever?
Yeah, that works.
Because I'm just kind of standing there in shock of what just happened. Like, I don't want to stand there.
The trap rolled a really high damage.
And then I'll throw an elemental blast down at the one remaining kobold. Um, 24 to
Yeah,
hit
that's a hit.
for 1 lightning damage
Nice.
or electricity,
Bonk.
and that's all of my actions.
Oswin, you're up. Just watch these spears fly right past your face to take out 2 of the kobolds.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna come out here for my first action. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna run all the way over here.
All right.
And then I'll use another action to load my weapon. And I'm gonna use my other action to command Coda.
Okay.
Disco Inferno.
True.
I'm sorry, my wife is in another call. And he's gonna swing.
So expensive, bro.
Alright.
Get him. Oh, a miss, unfortunately.
That would be like.
Alright. And that is my turn.
Good try, Coda. Good try. Okay, this other kobold is going to then, seeing Ogden rush up to it with a sword and stab it, and all of its friends are dead, it is going to take its hurried retreat action, which... Okay, yes. Is going to move over here, down into the stairs, and then is going to just hold out its spear like it's going to stab anybody who comes near. Ogden, I believe that triggers a reaction from you if you would wish to take it.
I thought the hurried retreat does not trigger it. I tried that before. I mean, I'm more than happy to attack it.
I think this one's is slightly different. This one does not do that, no. It does give it an AC bonus against reactions it triggers, though. So it will be harder to hit it, but you can still try. Yeah, that will be a miss, unfortunately, but you did try anyways. So it skedaddles out of the way, gets around to the corner. Yeah, it's Ashay's turn.
Okay, trusting that Nocti did well. Oswin's still alive, so moving. Oh, I'm not gonna move there. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to cast Produce Flame again.
Alrighty. Oh, that's certainly a hit. So that's actually 14 fire damage. Oh good, there is a double damage button. Perfect. So it gets just absolutely seared with flame as it starts to rethink its position of trying to hold the staircase from you. Anything else? I think that's 3, right? Yeah.
Yep, that's my 3.
Ogden.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive. It gets scorched to hell, and it's like sitting there like it had its spear ready to stab somebody, and now it's like patting at its shoulder and chest where flames just sort of burned off a lot of its flesh, and but it's still very bravely clinging on to the staircase and holding a spear out.
I know it's going to attack me, but I want to attack it. Is there any smart way to do this? Because I don't want to go here and block people's shots. So if I go here, like here, can I still hit it if I'm here?
No, because the wall will be in the way, I believe. I think that's how that works. because line of sight goes through the corners and the walls are considered to take up the corner. Actually, I think you might be able to, but it would get a cover bonus, essentially. So I think that's fine. It does. Do you want to go there though? Oh, let's just resolve that first.
I was either going to go here or here, so it does get an attack against me, yes.
Okay, yeah. So if you get within range of it, it is going to try and strike with a spear. It gets a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Alright, so it feebly tries to swing at you as the burns across its chest and shoulder. Just it makes it wince and it just doesn't quite connect. And now you have the rest of your turn.
Alright, cool. There's one attack.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah, that hits.
There's the damage.
And yeah, that is one more dead kobold in the world. And we are out of encounter mode. As you walk up to it and with your mace, just it swings out with the spear or stabs with the spear trying to get you. It overextends and then you just bring the mace down onto its skull with a crack and it collapses to the floor. And suddenly the room is very quiet. Except for the crackle of your torches.
Looting time.
Indeed.
Oswin, could you step off the traps for a second? I want to have Noxie come here, but I don't want to have her accidentally pull the lever again because I said her name. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Alright. By the way, everyone can take 136 XP for completing that encounter. That trap really helped you take care of what would have been a much more difficult encounter.
You said 130?
136.
136. So that's 544 or 644.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah.
All right.
People wander up to me and look down upon what she's done with her big eyes.
Yeah, two kobolds with spears, both directly in the middle of their chests, just pinned to the stone tile below with very sharp spears, it looks like.
Is there anything else in here besides that passageway near you, Ogden?
I'm not sure. There seems to be a little alcove by the north up there, but I don't know if there's anything there.
Let me look. I want to, can I inspect this alcove to see if it has holes in it like the one to the south did?
Sure. How about I do this real quick? I found a way I can make secret perception checks for all of you myself. So let me just do that real quick and see if any of you notice anything in the room while you start to look around and loot during all this time here. Yeah, so looking around the room, you all feel fairly confident that this is mostly it in here. You do find that the things the one kobold was trying to lay on the floor over there, Ogden, you did actually successfully avoid were right here. They were setting up a hidden trap in that space in the room. You do find that. But other than that, yeah, this is a strange room. It's got these pillars out in the middle there, which you've already walked by. It appears to be almost like a throne room of some kind from a long time ago, but everything has been picked clean. It's very old. Everything's been worn down. There are decorative banners that are torn to shreds and rotted from time, so on and so forth. The entire room is very decorative in nature and in architecture. But you don't notice anything like hidden doors or anything like that. No, it appears that this one staircase leading down was the only other exit from here, and these kobolds seemed very intent on defending it. Additionally, if you look through the body of the one kobold that had a bit different loot on it, or a bit different equipment on it,
I think I looted most of it.
All right, so you should have found a strange necklace on it.
Yep,
Some
and some
sort of
unusual snares.
indeed. The necklace is like a copper chain with some sort of weird, like shell-like uh, ornament on it. Some sort of like green and white bit of shell. It's very strange looking.
Does it seem like it has any arcane rune? Well, it came in under the treasure thing, so I guess me as Joanna knows it's not a magic.
Fair enough. Um, yeah, you do not notice any magic runes or anything on there. It does seem it does seem to be significant though. Only this one better equipped kobold had it. The it appears to be like a fragment of a very large eggshell or something. It's very strange. It's like ivory and green.
Interesting.
You can tell just looking at the shape of the shell a little bit. The egg it came from must have been at least 2 feet wide. Very large egg.
Wow. What can I make some sort of check to see if I can identify the like if I can make a guess as to the kind of animal that it would be?
Sure. Yeah, I will take a look at your skills. Um, and double check this. Then I will roll it secretly. Um, and do you have any relevant lore skills? Yeah, so you look it over and uh it looks vaguely familiar to you, but you just can't quite place it, unfortunately. You're not sure exactly where it could have come from. Definitely some sort of large creature, obviously, based on the size of the egg, but you're not sure beyond that.
All right, fair enough.
Anyone else want to take a look at it?
I'll take a look at it.
All right.
I will wander over and peer at the thingy.
Ayla, you swear you have seen this in a book before, but again, you cannot place it. It just seems like right on the tip of your tongue. But no, nothing. You don't quite get there. You feel like maybe if you brought it to somebody and had them look at it, you might be able to find somebody with more knowledge than you. But at the moment,
That makes sense. I do read a lot of books.
yeah.
It's easy to forget some of them.
All right. Anyone else want to take a look at it, or you stashing that?
I would stash it if nobody else wanted to look.
All right.
Okay, Ayla, just a reminder, you get a hero point refresh.
True.
Oh, thank you.
That is something I should be reminding you of well, so thank you for the reminder.
I just noticed because I accidentally gave myself hero points by interacting with the party menu
Ah, yes.
and then had to figure out how to take them away again.
Makes sense. So, with the bodies looted and the room examined, what do y'all want to do? There's this weird staircase to go down. You could potentially go back up to the surface if you want to get this weird necklace identified. But you have no idea what's at the bottom of the staircase so far. Ayala, sorry, Ashe. I'll just assume you're already listening down there because Whisper Elf stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't hear anything specifically coming from down there. It's pretty quiet, actually.
I would say let's start going down the stairs. I'm gonna keep an eye out for more traps, especially with this crafty kobold. So I don't know if you want to roll perception.
Yeah, I'll actually I will roll perception for everybody here because I can just do that real quick since the party sheet lets me do that. And then well, if any of you wants to be doing something other than searching, we can do that instead. But if you're all searching, I've got your perceptions ready. And then I can bring us to the next map.
Everyone's still in good shape to continue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks to those spears, none of us took damage.
Yep.
I almost thought they were gonna go too far and skewer you.
I was a little worried about that, as I saw one fall at my feet.
So as you all enter into this room, you actually, Oswin, you're coming down the staircase, whispering to each other as you go. And Oswin, you just hear the slight shifting of something in the room ahead. Just the slight little thing just barely catches your attention as you're keeping an extremely watchful ear in front of you. As just to reveal to you a little bit behind the scenes, you rolled a natural 20 on your secret perception check. And you hear just the faintest sound of like claw scratching against stone, just ever so slightly, like something shifted nearby in this room. You're not sure exactly where they are.
As soon as he hears it, he like motions to the party and just says, "Shh. I hear something. Seems there's some claws grinding against stone in the other room."
And as soon as you say that, these two kobolds are going to pop out of cover. Woo! And will enter combat once again. So I will add your perception checks as your... let's see if I do this. Perception checks. All good perception checks for y'all.
Wait, that saves us from a surprise round, doesn't it?
It does. There technically isn't a surprise round necessarily in this, but essentially you can how to explain this? If you don't know there are enemies there, kind of like what happened last encounter, we still go into initiative, and then on your turns, you may be able to like hold your turn or something. You can't take any actions that your character wouldn't know what's going on, right? But then once an enemy acts and they reveal themselves, then your characters could put themselves back into initiative. So it essentially would like nerf your initiative counts if the enemy's got the surprise in you. Is kind of how it would happen. Not that that's the only way it could happen. There's a whole bunch of rules around it, but yeah, basically. There's no like surprised condition or anything like that, but yeah, either way, cool stuff. I think if I do this and this, I can do like that and that. This one should be 19. And then we can begin the encounter. So you notice they were there. They do not get any advantages from being the sneak against you. So Oswin, this is very fitting that you got the natural 20 on your perception check, and you go first in this encounter.
All right. Oswin will use his hunted prey on that one.
Alrighty.
And then fire his halfling sling staff at it.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. And then his third action, he'll send Coda after it.
Alright. That is a hit.
Sweet. And that also gets the benefit of my hunted prey damage. I think it was D10.
Oh, sweet.
Or no, D8.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. And that'll do it for me.
Alright. So the other one is actually going to... seeing you were the one that noticed them first and attacked first, is going to try and strike out at you. Osmond. So he pops out from cover and is going to make a crossbow strike against you. That's a 14 to hit. Pretty sure that's a miss.
Yes.
Alright. It will then take one action to reload. And then it will attack again with a multi-attack penalty. I believe that's how that works. 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, normal damage. 7 points of damage. Piercing if it matters, but... and then it is Ogden's turn. This thing pops out of cover, fires 2 quick crossbow bolts, and can't do much else.
Alright, so I'm going to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Alright.
I'm going to slashy slash. And target it.
Yep, that's a
A
hit.
hit. For 6 damage. And then a miss.
Unfortunate. Good damage, though. 2 of them are both pretty injured at this point. The other one is going to... Since it's got a bear up its ass, it's going to drop its crossbow, draw its short sword, and then take 2 strikes at Koda. Oof. 27 to hit, is that a crit?
Is it, let me see what Koda's AC is, 15.
Alright, so that's a crit against Koda. And it did a massive 2 damage on that crit to Koda.
Damn.
It's gonna try again though. Oh, natural 1. So it is just having a bad time against Koda. It swings once against Koda and just manages to slash against him, but Koda's fur is so thick it just can't get through very much. And then it slashes again and Koda just bites the blade. It's completely ineffective. Ashay, it's your turn.
Alright, so how's Osmond looking?
He's slightly above like half of health.
And how are the kobolds looking at the moment?
If you hover over them, do they give you a health estimate? Because if they do not, I set it up incorrectly and I'll try to fix it.
They do not.
They do
Oh,
not.
well, I will try to fix it. But the kobolds are both injured. It's from like a fully healthy, injured, like extremely injured, near death kind of scale. I don't know why that wouldn't be working though. I'll look into it, but yeah. They're both pretty equally hurt.
Since Oswin is small, can I cast something over his head without the things getting covered?
You know, I think unfortunately it wouldn't matter anyways, because they'd get cover from the table there, because they were taking cover behind it to hide there. So either way, it'll have cover, so it doesn't matter in the moment.
So I'm going to spend 2 of my actions to cast Produce Flame.
Alright. Produce Flame, that's a ranged attack, yeah? So
Yep.
It doesn't miss.
Okay. I'm going to... Oh, is there a rule about cantrips don't count as spells in terms of 2 in a turn, right?
I don't think there's even such a turn in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Such a rule,
Okay.
yeah. You could just, as long as you have the action economy to do it, you can do it.
I'm going to use the 1 action version of heal.
Ah, nice.
So, do I make the... How does
Uh,
this work again?
So, if you just click the healing...
Oh, I just need to click heal because it's not undead.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to target the small humanoid creature.
That's
crap.
fine. It shouldn't auto-apply, so I can just click this, and maybe? Oh no, it did auto-apply. Hold on, I can undo it. Thank you, Foundry. There's an undo button. So yeah, if Oswin, if you just add 6 hit points, that should work.
Alright, cool. Sweet, thank you.
I love that this thing has options so that I can choose how much of my turn I'm willing to use on it.
Yeah, it's a really cool spell design. I think the one tricky thing I've seen get brought up sometimes is if you're fighting non-undead things, the 3-action version will hit enemies as well, right? So you have to be really situational about that. But against undead creatures, oh man, it's such a strong spell. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, I think that's 3 actions, right?
Yep.
Hey, Ella!
Alright. It's time to make some wind.
Swoosh.
And at the part of that action, I get to make an attack.
Alright.
So I will choose the one closest to me.
Go for it. The one closest to you will have cover again.
They both
That's
will,
fine.
right?
Yeah. They're just partially hidden behind these, like, barrels and things.
18 to hit.
With cover, not a hit, unfortunately. So you
Alright.
just strike against the barrel. So close.
With my second action, I'm going to wander. And then with my third action, I'm gonna command Nocti.
Hell yeah.
And with her first action, she's gonna run up here, pounce over the table, and try and claw at the kobold.
Absolutely.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah, it's a good try. Good try, Nocti. doing her
And
best.
that's all 3. Pass turn.
Oswin, back to you.
Alright. Back to me. I am going to use my first action to load my sling staff, and then I will take a shot. That should hit.
Is a hit even with cover.
Nice. Ooh, good damage.
Nice.
And then I will
It is
use
dead.
my... Oh, wonderful.
So it's facing off against Coda. It's got its sword stuck in Coda's jaws, and you just strike it back of the dome, and it just collapses.
I am going to mark this as my hunted prey now. The other one. And that is my turn.
Alright, this other one is going to drop its crossbow, draw its short sword, and try to stab at Ogden a couple times. Since it's kind of backed into a corner, it is very desperate. Not much else it can do. 13 to hit is probably a miss.
Yep.
20 to hit, even with the multi-attack penalty.
That is a hit.
Alright, it only does 3 damage to you as it just stabs out with its short sword. And you can tell it's very desperate right now. It's just kind of wildly swinging at you, and one of those swings just happened to get past your defenses because you didn't expect the speed of it. Now it's your turn.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna wildly swing at it now.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, it's a hit.
For 7 damage.
It's barely clinging to life. So you stab at its shoulder, and it just kind of pulls one hand up to grab at the wound. Still your turn.
Alright, now I'm gonna do the exacting strike.
Oof, that is a miss. Critical miss, even. I don't think a critical miss does anything special in attacks, so I think you're fine there, but yeah.
Okay, and then I attack with the multi-attack penalty 2 again for a hit.
That is a hit.
10 damage.
That is a dead kobold. So you slice it down as it's trying to, it like very feebly holds up an arm to block your strike. You swing down, cutting through its arm and then deep into its chest, and it gives one little last cry. It is no more. And we aren't back out of encounter mode once again. As you've rushed into this room, well, I guess you're sneaking and being carefully searching down the stairs. I shouldn't say rush, but you entered into this room, heard a threat, and then in like just about 10 seconds or so, quickly dispatched all of the kobolds in this room. Yes, you may begin looting the bodies. There is some interesting stuff here. They, again, better equipped than most of the kobolds you've seen so far, with crossbows and things. But yeah, other than that, not too strange.
Everyone feeling all right?
Does anyone want a crossbow?
I'm okay.
Okay, then I'll take it to sell, but I'll leave the bolts behind.
As the adrenaline rush of combat fades a little bit, I just want to throw this in there. You all pick up on an absolutely foul smell coming from the barrels Ayla is standing next to.
Can I peek into one of them?
Sure. You kind of crack it open a little bit, and you can see that inside are. It appears that most of these barrels are have been emptied out already, but there's still some remnants of things in there, and the remnants that are in some of the corners and things of these barrels. Barrels don't have corners, but I said it anyways. Are chunks of rotted fish and stuff. And these barrels appear to have been packed into this tunnel. You can hear also the sound of running water coming from the other side. Very faint trickling water, but running water somewhere, indicating that the barrels, there's more empty space behind them. You can hear running water behind the barrels. So yeah. So this could be something, if you wanted to, you could break apart these barrels or start to shift them out of the way, and you might be able to head into that cavern farther, but not something you have to do, just an option.
Well, if we do that, then I need to leave some loot behind, because I'm currently moving a little slow at the moment.
I was thinking we'd pick up stuff on the way out. I haven't grabbed anything yet.
What if I plant everything on one dead body, and then I can loot it later?
Yeah, there you go.
We just take an entire an entire room worth of loot and shove it into the pockets of one dead kobold.
Stacking spears and crossbows, just kind of piling it on top of them.
I mean, we could at least put it in a corner or something. That feels kind of disrespectful.
It's okay. He's found use again.
I like that it gave the dead body encumbered and clumsy one automatically from all the stuff.
Why don't I see it have any of the loot?
I see it. I see leather armor, crossbow.
Yeah, I see it.
Are you clicking on the correct dead body?
Is it the one right next to me, the one that's encumbered?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, pull up your character sheet first, and then double click on the body, and it should pull up loot.
Yeah.
Did it do that?
They're often still up.
Yeah, I mean, it had what I thought it had on it before.
Yeah, it's mostly the same.
Did we check out this open room before we figure out what's behind the barrels?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So you can hear the sound of bubbling water coming from this room as well, because there's a fountain in it.
Ooh.
Hold on, sorry.
You're fine. I just wanted to see the tunnel.
Yes, no worries. I just accidentally hit the spacebar when I was putting my hand back on the keyboard.
Oh, there's a door down here, guys.
Yep.
Oh, it might have a trap in front of it. Again. Do I recognize the figure that the statue is of?
I was about to ask that.
Yes, can everybody give me a secret perception check for entering a new room as well? Thank you.
Do I get to use Whisper Elf?
Yes, yeah, just might as well. Sure. So yeah, you see this statue of a mermaid. Her lips are pursed as if she's about to blow a kiss or maybe whistle. And there's some sort of weird mechanism in each corner of the fountain, like under the water, which seems weird. But the one closest to most of you down there, actually the one that Nocti is pretty much standing on, there's a mechanism there which appears to be like smashed, like somebody like crushed it with a blunt weapon. Entering the room also. Also, Ogden, as you entered the room, you especially keeping an eye out for traps, like you've said you've been doing. It's very fitting that you rolled highest here. You notice that several parts of the statue appear similar to the statue you saw previously, and that there are like, cracks in the joints that it looks like things could move around and stuff. And based on that and the mechanism around it, you think this statue may not only move, but you're kind of concerned it might be trapped.
Okay, interesting. I would tell this to everyone and say we might want to watch out for these levers. I don't know if it's a good trap like the coin table or not, but it seems to have the same movements.
Is Nocti actually in the water, by the way?
I imagined her being like up on the railing.
Okay.
Cat sees high thing, cat must jump on high thing.
Okay, so since we did that, we kind of moved tokens before we finished the perception checks. I'll just give that a little bit of extra saving grace here. I think maybe Nocti readies herself to jump up on the edge, and then Ogden's like, hey, this thing might be dangerous. Do you try and stop Nocti?
I'm probably not in time to notice, realistically.
Okay, so Ogden's shouting out like, hey, no, wait. And Nocti jumps up on top of the railing and the trap triggers.
Fuck. Who could have foreseen this?
This is a complex trap, which means we enter initiative once again. How many times in the night can we do it, folks? All of you get to use your perception checks upon entering the room in order to accomplish this. And the trap rolls stealth, I believe. Yes, stealth. It didn't want to take that for some reason. Oh, it did. I just removed participant. There we go. Begin the encounter. So Ogden, it's again very fitting that you are able to act before the trap actually fully goes off here. So what do you want to do?
Is the trap starting to move at all right now?
It is.
Or like,
You saw Nocti jump up on the edge like that, right? Maybe more on the edge like that. And as soon as she did, the trap kind of rose up a little bit. The statue in the middle, the arms lifted up, the mouth opened, and you can hear the bubbling noise of the water like building up pressure inside.
Okay. And you said there was a lever in each corner?
Some kind of mechanism, yeah. You do think that perhaps with some quick work, you might be able to interact with it, yeah.
Okay, I guess since Nocti was in the bottom left, I would probably try to activate this top right one, or if I can try to roll anything else to better understand, but
Sure,
otherwise
so,
I'm going to try to activate this.
Yeah, so if you want to try and disable the trap, you can spend 2 actions on the disable action and roll a thievery skill check to see if you can manage to disable this this device.
Okay. Thievery. Is this is public, right?
Yeah, this can be public because you either manage to disable the mechanism or you see the mechanism continue working. So it makes sense. That is a success. So you manage to disable that corner as you get your thieves' tools down in there, and you manage to pop a gear like slightly down its axle a little bit, so it no longer connects to the other gears, and it ceases to function. You see one of the arms on the mermaid kind of slump as it no longer moves, but the rest of the body is still moving.
Okay. And then I only have one more action.
Yes.
So I don't think I can really try to disable anything else.
Correct. You could like move or something, put yourself in position or something, but yeah. You do think, in addition to these thievery checks, it could be possible just to bash these mechanisms, like you saw the one next to Nocti is. You think it might be pretty difficult, but it's possible if you're very confident in your strength.
Okay. Do I see 3 things moving or just 4?
Hold on. I do have to apologize here for action economy reasons. Did you enter the room with your weapon drawn?
I would have, yeah.
Okay, so I think the only way you could have disabled this device was to either stow or drop your weapon. So you could drop your weapon and pick it up later, but that would give you 1 action left. But if you want to hold on to your weapon, you'd have to stow it with an action.
Oh, once I saw it moving, I would have absolutely dropped my weapon and
Okay, so you
just
still have 1 action
gone
left.
right to disabling.
So you have 1 action left, but you don't have your weapon in your hand.
Okay. Do I see 3 things moving or just 4?
The one that is broken, the Monocti, is not moving. So the one
Okay.
you disabled one, the bashed one is not moving. So there's 2 left.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna try to bash this one in the top corner. Actually, I don't have my weapon out. Never mind.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's tricky. You could pick your weapon up again, but then you wouldn't be able to. This is one of the problems with the shield, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
hey, it does keep you safe. So,
I guess I'm gonna move over 1,
all right, that works.
and I will just tell people either disable it or we might be able to break them.
All right. The end of your turn, the mermaid fountain gets to act, and it's random, so I get to roll on the table what it does. All right. It is going to spin around. Its like waist spins entirely as the entire upper torso just rotates, and it's building up more and more pressure. And it points down at Ayala, and just begins to spray really high pressure water at you. Boom. 19 to hit, Ayala.
That'll hit.
All right, you take 6 bludgeoning damage as the water kind of pushes you to the floor. You don't mechanically go prone, but yeah, it does like really, really push you back. And that is all it does this turn. Ashay, your turn.
Alright. And you said there's no limit to how I use spells, right?
As long as you have the action economy to do it on your turn, yes, you can do that. That's fine. So you could cast 3 single action spells if you wanted to. That would be possible.
I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
All right.
Let's see. Drag that to. Oh, slight AC rift.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast guidance on Ogden.
Ooh, very nice. So Ogden, you should be able to drag that to your character sheet. Hell yeah.
And then I'm going to run away.
Very fair.
All right, there we go.
Perfect. And it is Osmond's turn.
I'm real squishy, guys.
Okay. So, what do here? So Ogden tried to use the mechanism, but failed?
Ogden succeeded, yeah.
Or he succeeded, okay.
There's one
This top one is
mechanism-
disabled.
Yeah, there's one mechanism
Okay.
directly north of you that is still active, and there's one mechanism directly south of Ogden that is still active.
Alright, let me try and mess with the one directly north of me.
Okay, so you think you could either hit it with a weapon really hard, or attempt to use like a thievery check to try and mess with the device itself. Does disable a device?
Does this one require thieves' tools?
That's what I was about to wonder. Okay, it is GM fiat. Some things like locks require thieves' tools. I'm gonna say this one doesn't. You're just trying to like figure out the weak point in the gears and things, and yeah, pick that quickly. So no thieves' tools required, but it is a thievery check.
Okay, I will sheathe my weapon and go to do that.
All right. Unfortunately, not enough. As you reach down and
Alright.
you pull one of the gears out a little bit, and then it just like pulls back into position again. And you see one of the arms of the mermaid slump for a second and then snap back into position. Weren't quite able to identify the right place to destroy this thing. And I believe that takes us to Ayala's turn.
All right. Well, Nocti's gonna look up and at Osmond, Coda, and Ayala and meow apologetically. And I'm gonna like rub my face to try and get water out of my eyes and say, Nocti, smash the thingies, levers. And I want to command Nocti, and have her attack the thingy in front of Osman.
Go for it.
Okay. This seems like a Jaws task. 24 to hit
That's a hit.
for 7 damage.
Unfortunately, it seems like, this mechanism is made out of metal, and as Nocti tries to sink her jaws into it, it just doesn't seem like they're going to be effective against this material. As mechanically, 7 damage is less than the hardness rating of this object.
Alright.
You're gonna need to hit
Nocti will
these
look
things-
up and meow sadly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nocti's trying her best.
Alright. Can I attempt a thievery on it then?
Yep, you still have 2 actions left, so that would make sense.
That won't
Yeah.
do it.
So you see Nocti trying to bite and claw at it with no success, and then you reach down yourself, and it's all just too hectic, and you too many cooks. You don't manage to get through it. Ogden, back to you.
thievery on the one near me.
You
That's
have
another
guidance.
success. So you disable the one near you, and the torso of the mermaid kind of slumps forward quite suddenly, and it still has one arm and its neck kind of snaps up quickly as it locks its head into position to try and like aim at you with the water again. Anything else in your turn, Ogden?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Is this, wait, 5? Is it 5, 10, or just 5?
I can't see your mouse, so 5.
10,
10.
15, 20.
Yes, that should work.
And that's my turn.
All right. Mermaid Fountain gets to go again. I get to roll a die to see how bad it is for y'all. All right. It is going to... like I said before, it kind of pulled its head back and tried to get into position again, and then its entire torso just spins around rapidly, and it is going to spray high-pressure water all around the room. Excuse me. So I need everybody to make me a reflex save. This is a basic reflex save, which means half damage on a success, no damage on a crit, so on and so forth.
Am I okay?
You are okay. You are out of the thing. Yes, you're out of the room.
I tucked behind the corner on purpose.
Yes. Okay, I'm new to running these hazard things. Okay, I see where the DC is. Alright, so looking at these reflex saves, Oswin, you pass for half damage. Everyone else fails. To take 10 bludgeoning damage. So everyone takes 10 damage except, Oswin. And Asheo's safe entirely. But now it is Asheo's turn again.
Nocti gets blasted full force with the water and falls over off the railing into a limp, wet pile on the floor.
What happens to a familiar when it runs out of hit points?
I don't know.
R.I.P. Nocti. It is Ashe's turn now.
I'm going to use a 3-action heal.
Ooh. I don't know if an emanation goes through walls.
Oh, quick question, Jordan. Was a 24 a crit on that reflex save or no?
It was not. It was a regular
Okay.
success.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
If I put the emanation here,
Oh, okay, so... Well, an emanation...
it's a cube.
Okay, and let me look at the spells. So the rules for an emanation say it comes from your space, extending a certain number of feet out in all directions. Because the sides of the creature space are the starting point. Okay, yeah. Okay, and the creature creating an emanation chooses whether the creature at the center is affected. Okay, yes, that makes sense. 30-foot emanation in the
It
burst.
does not appear to go through walls.
Yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately. So you would probably have to have already been in the room to use the 3-action version effectively here.
Okay. Can you undo so that I can switch that then? Because I think I'll need to spend an action to move.
Undo what? Sorry?
Undo the heal. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Figured it out.
Okay, cool. Okay, so emanations do require line of effect.
Okay, so I use 1 to move. Ogden's our greatest chance at getting through this alive. Ogden, you get 15. Oh, and you have guidance immunity, so because you didn't use it the first time, it's worn off. So can't do that. One sec. Oh crap.
What's going on? Sorry.
Oh, I was checking to see if I could stabilize Nocti, but that would have to be next turn anyways.
Yeah, I'm currently Googling the rules on this, because I'm not sure exactly how familiars work in this case. Like, do they just poof at 0? Do they actually go unconscious and need stabilization? I'm not entirely certain. I don't see anything about that, so I think it does go to dying conditions and stuff. Yes, okay, so I'm pretty sure it would go to dying 1. Essentially. Right? I think this makes sense. Why am I having trouble finding it? There we go. Nocti goes to dying 1. There we go. Okay. So that's resolved. So you should be able to, do like healing stuff and stabilization stuff for Nocti eventually. She's not gone yet, but obviously still in very much danger of this trap doing that again. Sorry to interrupt your turn, Ishay. What else were you doing?
That was it, because I moved and I used a 2-action heal.
Alright.
I have no healing spells left.
Yes, so who did you heal with it?
I healed Ogden, because he
yes.
has the best trickery, so if we're gonna make it out of here, he's our best shot.
Makes sense. Oswin, you're up.
Alright, Oswin is going to try and use his thievery again to stop this.
Go for it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not enough.
Oh,
Oh
It's
no.
a really tricky trap. You reach in, you pull again on a different gear, and you feel like you almost had it out this time. You're just pulling on different pins and like little axes for the gears, and just not quite slips off your fingers from the slippery water interfering with the mechanism, and things click back into position. Just not enough.
I'm gonna use one of my other actions to tell Coda to get out of here.
Alright.
And I don't know, I have one more action. Could I use it to try and thievery again?
Thievery is 2 actions, so that would be.
Oh, it is,
you've
okay.
got your, this disable a device check is a 2-action activity.
Never mind then. That'll be my turn.
All right, Ayala.
Well, I'm gonna flip through my spell book. And I'm gonna tear out the page that is actually a spell scroll of heal. Oops, I didn't mean to move. And I'm gonna turn around and give it to Eshe. And say, here, use this on Ogden in case he gets low again. And I'm gonna attempt to thievery the trap.
All right. Reminder, y'all do have hero points.
I was going to
I'm-
use one of mine.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
use mine because I'm scared. So I just roll it twice, right?
Yeah.
Both. And
Yeah,
Nope.
not enough, unfortunately. You're just not too good at this thievery thing, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Anything else in your turn?
I believe that's all 3 of my actions.
All right, Ogden, it's up to you.
All right. Oh, I didn't mean to hero point. I didn't mean to add a hero point. I was going to spend one. Let's get 2 thievery rolls.
Oh, the second one, just enough. As you reach in there, and as the thing is rearing back again, I'm gonna roll a d10 just to see what it would have done on the next. Yeah, it would have hit the whole room again on the next turn.
God.
As it's ready to start spinning and spraying water, the faintest trickle of water starts to spray out, and it starts to spin as you just rip a gear free from the mechanism, and the whole statue just collapses into the pool, splashing water everywhere, and you are out of encounter mode. However,
Alright.
Nocti is still in imminent danger.
I'm going to cast Stabilize on Nocti.
All right.
Way to go, Ogden.
Can I take Nocti out of the pool so that it doesn't reactivate the trap?
Sure. Oops, not dying 2. Dying 1. There we go. And dying 0. And then
Oh, I kind of had her
lying
flop
prone.
away from the water, like onto the floor at your feet.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it did.
Then
Um,
I would put my hands out and be like, no one touch the fountain.
I'm gonna take a step back from the fountain.
Alright, I'm going to open Nocti's mouth and spend a healing potion minor.
All right. Excellent. So Nocti gets a couple hit points. It's no longer
Mhm.
unconscious. I think I can just do
Well-
that. There we go.
That's, guys, like, that's it for my capabilities. I'm tapped. I'm done. I don't know how much longer I can stay awake.
That was a lot.
Can we just,
Sorry,
like,
sorry
grab-
about Nocti. Thank you for healing her.
Of course. Can we grab stuff and head up and maybe take a day for you and Nocti to rest up? Because you both look kind of bad.
I am absolutely soaked in water, and I will happily agree to that.
No, like, you look like you got, like, carpet burn from the water.
It was a lot of water. I'm very wet and very bruised.
What do you guys say? You get if we head up?
Yeah, I'm putting my thieves' tools back in my pocket as I go to pick up my mace, and I'm like, yep, I'm good with that.
Alright. Cool.
So speaking of grabbing things and heading back up,
Yeah.
so speaking of things, XP I forgot to reward from the last encounter. 80 XP for the kobolds in the previous room, and 80 XP from defeating the trap in this room. So 160 total XP.
So 804 total?
Yeah.
Yes. That would make sense. You're getting pretty close to that level.
Almost there.
Oh, how do I move that scroll of heal to Eshe? Because I tore it out of my book and gave it to her.
I would,
I can
if we're heading up, I would give it back.
Okay.
You also notice before you leave the mermaid room that there are 2 gold pieces, 8 silver pieces, and 28 copper pieces in the water if you want to take them.
Fuck that, I'm not touching the fountain.
Can I take 2 gold and 20 silver to recoup the cost of the healing potion.
2 gold and 8 silver is in the thing.
Okay. Are you guys
I'm
okay if I take it?
I'm gonna
Well,
walk out of the room when you go to touch the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare to
Yeah.
cast heal in case I need to at a moment's notice.
No, you guys go back. Just make sure you aren't hit.
I'm still standing in line of sight of Eshe when they get the coins.
All right, and please make
Just
sure
in
nothing's
case.
out of here.
Yes.
All right, I'm getting the coins. Careful not to touch any of the things in the corners.
All right, so in total, 2
Whatever,
gold
Emma.
pieces, 8 silver pieces, and 28 copper pieces.
Okay. Are you guys okay if I keep that to buy more healing potions for us?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I will yell from down the hall.
And the water does not reactivate.
Cool. Yeah, I figure I'm squishy. I'll just plan to keep all the potions on me and make sure that we have one backup. So since Ayla has the healing scroll and you guys have some potions,
Oh, I also have an extra healing potion as well.
cool. We'll just make sure that I guess I can be designated healer.
Makes some sense.
Let's pick up what we can before heading up.
Oh, it's a spooky fountain.
All right, if somebody else can get the last bit of leather armor.
I've got it.
Yeah. Cool. I'm encumbered, but we're doing okay.
Just gonna bring Oswin back into this room so it's easier next time. All right. So back up to the surface then, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been how long were you guys even down there? About an hour or so, right? A couple hours, because you healed up at least at one point.
I think so.
So it's getting like later into the like early evening at this point, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So you went on down there like early afternoon, I believe, but spent a few hours down there, a couple stints of healing as needed. But you got pretty deep into the caverns down there. As you come out, Tamily is at the fishery, like before, and it's currently the daytime. There's no party going on here, but she's just working and currently cleaning like the counter inside and starting to like organize some of her stock and some of the fish that are being pulled in from the dock. She's like sorting into crates and things. But you emerge from the back room and she greets you. Ah. How did it go today? Good work down there. You all look a bit battered and wet.
We
Very wet.
found a second sub-level. Not sure how far it goes, but we're gonna need some time to rest.
I see. It's quite a bit of tricky tunnels down there. Thank you very much for looking into all of it. I will owe you one for sure after all this. Remind me, I will definitely pay you back. But the whole town will really owe you one if this is anything dangerous. How many things did you find down there? What did you find down there?
Several kobolds, some traps,
Kobolds. Really?
The world's most evil water fountain.
a few spiders, though those were earlier.
Evil water
Like
fountain?
giant spiders.
Huh. You know, I can't say I've ever seen an evil water fountain. That sounds... they're usually so cute, water fountains. How could they do that?
Spinning bits and lots of water pressure.
Ayala is just going to stare up back at Tamily with like war flashbacks in her eyes.
Oh my, yes. Well, evil
Is-
water fountain it is, yes.
Is Ayala holding Nocti at this point, or is Nocti like,
Absolutely.
walking on their own? Oh.
Just a sack of wet cat.
Aww. Oh, that poor thing. Here. She'll reach into one of the crates that she's currently sorting fish around and pull out like a small fish and just hold it out for you. For the little one.
I'll bring Nocti over, and Nocti will carefully like paw at the fish and then chomp it to securely carry it.
I don't know why I didn't think of this. Can I use produce flame to like make a flame in my hand and hold it close to Ayla and the cat to warm them up and dry them off a little?
Sure. I don't see any reason why not. I don't know if there's anything mechanical about it. So I think that's fine. Just some extra flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically just because wet cat is sad.
Yes, very sad.
So I'm gonna like warm up,
I mean,
ask
like,
if do you have a blanket or something you could hold near this?
I've got my cloak, but my cloak is wet. Oh, I guess Nocti is also technically made of clouds, so instead of just being wet, she's also like dark rain cloud gray now instead of white.
And so yeah, I'm just gonna like heat lamp over Nocti and Ayla until Nocti starts looking a little closer to the
So
right color.
if Nocti is rain clouds and gets heated up to dry a little bit, instead of like drying, does Nocti just rain a little bit? Just like
Well,
just
the
like
water
water
has to
scattered
fall
over it?
out somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. You know, it's slightly puzzling to me. Kobolds, you say, a lot of them? I feel like they've taken so many fish at this point. So many barrels have gone missing. I just I'm finding it hard to believe that it's only, unless they've got a whole army of kobolds down there. It's quite strange.
They seem fairly organized.
We did find a stash of rotting fish and something with moving water behind it. We'll definitely be taking a look at that pretty soon.
Yes.
How many barrels have gone missing exactly? Like, as a rough estimate, at least, would be nice.
Well, it is a little hard to tell, I'll be honest. At first, I was just sure that maybe I had had a little bit too much to drink the night before I'd gone down to take my stock, and so I didn't think much of it. But taking better inventory later, once the pattern repeated itself, I'd estimate more than 24 barrels of fish at this point. And not all that long of a time either, only the space of the last week or so. There would have to be quite a few kobolds down there if they're the only thing they need fish for. What else would they need fish for?
So which ones were broken and which ones went missing? Because I believe the ones that were broken into might have been the giant rats that we encountered in your cellar.
That was the most recent occurrence, yes, the broken barrels, and that was what alarmed me enough to come and find help. But yes, so only a small handful of barrels were broken, the rest have just gone missing.
Well, I think we've seen a little over half a dozen kobolds so far.
Well, there were 5
Were they-
today.
Were they
And then-
particularly fat kobolds?
No?
I don't think I've seen a kobold before outside of textbooks, so I don't know if I can answer that.
Because
I
if
mean,
not, that doesn't sound like
didn't-
enough.
Look plump. They just looked like kobolds.
I suspect they're doing something with that fish, but I dread not. I dare not think of what dreaded thing they might be doing with that many fish. Either there's a terrible kobold army amassing underneath Otari, and well, we have much more trouble than we thought, Or they're doing something else nefarious with the fish, in which case we also have more trouble than we thought.
Hopefully they're not feeding something.
I think
My
we
thoughts
found
exactly.
at least 10 kobolds,
That's possible.
which is certainly a lot of kobolds.
It is, but that's a lot of fish. By this point, each of those 10 kobolds would have to have eaten multiple barrels of fish in just 3 days.
That's a lot of fish for
lot of
one
fish.
kobold.
Now, I myself, a small one as well, do get very hungry for fish, but not that hungry. Well, anyways, thank you much for taking care of what you have so far. I hope you'll continue to head down there and really, really make sure nothing will be coming back up again. Whole town will thank you for it, and like I said, I will definitely owe you one, and I'll keep my word on that. I think I know just the thing to reward you with, but it will need some extra preparation. It will take me some time, and I'd rather keep it a surprise until then.
Sounds fair enough. We also need some time to rest up and keep exploring down there.
Absolutely, yes. Don't go down again today. You all looked so exhausted already. But yes, thank you again.
Okay, do we have time to do like loot stuff, or should we save that for another one?
If you want to do it pretty quickly, that's fine with me. If it instead of actually, well, let's handle the simple stuff really quickly at least, and just do it at the end of the session. That sounds good to me. Stuff like your bulk weapons and armor that would go to the garrison, we don't necessarily need to roleplay that, right? You can just take half price for those. But anything weirder we might want to look at, and then if it's, if we get close to 11:30, we'll save it for next time, because you'll be on the surface anyways, and that'll work out.
Ayla would definitely want to at least drop Nocti off in her cat bed and get a change of clothes first.
Yes, that makes sense.
But yeah, I've got a short sword and 3 pieces of leather armor to get rid of. Nothing else too fancy.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
selected a store and now I can't unselect it.
Oh, weird. Let me try pausing and unpausing. You could try dragging a box in an area that doesn't have anything in it. That might also help. And if that fails, you could
There we
reload
go.
February. All right. As a quick note, since we're all again getting used to the system more recently and stuff, you don't heal all of your hit points when you sleep in this game. You still want to tend to your wounds. So if any of you do need medical attention, you probably want to spend some of this time before night taking care of that as well, since you have a couple hours of just being around town and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see.
I guess Nocti doesn't get cat bed quite yet.
So it's a medicine check.
Yeah, so whoever wants to treat wounds for somebody else can give me a medicine check, and since you've got several hours here, we can kind of just roll through it, and unless we fail a lot of checks in a row, it should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
I just treat wounds on myself. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna start with Ayla.
So while you're rolling that, Oswin, you can roll 4d8 hit points for yourself.
Nope, I don't think that's a high enough one.
Unfortunately not, so it's going to take a little longer to get Ayla, but you could try somebody else in the meantime.
I'll try Nocti in the meantime. Oof.
Unfortunate. You could still try Coda, potentially.
Sure, why
each
not?
of these failures takes 10 minutes.
Oh.
Alright, so you wait an additional hour, and then both Oswin and Eshe can start rolling for other people if they wish again, since the hour of immunity is passed.
Okay. I'll help Coda.
I'll start with Aola again.
Oh no. At least
Did
you're
I
not
really roll 3
critically...
2s in a row?
Yeah.
Let me double check. Oh. My cousin Neth is doing some weird stuff. Is a crit fail on, like, would a 5 under 15 be a crit fail, or would that have to be a 4 under 15? Is what I'm curious about.
I'm not certain.
Because if it is, you might actually do some damage with those 5s.
Yay.
Oof. I mean, DC is 15, so 5 would be 10 under.
Yeah, I want to make sure it was more than 10 and not 10 or more. It is 10 or more. So that is 1d8 of damage, I believe. As you attempt to help and fail. Critical failure, the target takes 1d8 damage, yes. So 2 damage will go first to Aella, I think you started with.
Yeah.
And then...
Okay.
Yeah, oh boy, Ashay is just really going around stabbing people with sutures and things, just stab.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
Is this risky surgery?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I guess we could just, let's just make it simple. I'll be easy about this. Let's make it 2 damage to everyone you failed on, essentially. So everyone you rolled a 5 on, at least. So
He's dead again.
actually, I think that's Nocti and Coda take 2 damage. And then you tried
I
again on
will
somebody.
stabilize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you for
Poor
stabilizing
Nocti.
Nocti.
Yeah, because Nocti would go to dying 2 after that, actually, because wounded condition.
Wait, I thought I had more than one minor healing potion, but I think I deleted them.
Oops. Well, you probably did. Let's just say you have 1 more. I don't know how many you had.
I think I had 2.
Let me scroll up in the chat because I think it takes decent. When did you roll that?
I'm gonna give Nocti my minor healing potion this time, so that Eshe doesn't have to spend another.
Hold on. Here's where I have the question of, do I have the thing enabled?
I do have to...
I don't.
Wait. Would encumbrance be lowering this?
Maybe.
Also,
In
you have
which
saltwater
case-
sickness still.
That would have been after I sold the stuff, so I wouldn't have the encumbrance.
That does make sense.
And the saltwater sickness would have worn off because it's only an hour, right?
So hold on.
Yeah.
Saltwater sickness would have worn off. Yes. Encumbered. Encumbered reduces dexterity checks, which I don't think this is. Yeah, it gives you clumsy 1, which reduces your dexterity checks, including armor class, reflex saves, ranged attack rolls, etc., etc. So I don't think, but the sickness would have. You're right. So all of those would have been normal fails, except for this last crit 1, this last natural 1. So who is the natural 1 on? They'll take the 2 damage.
I think that was Ayala.
Okay,
I think
so that's
so.
fine. And Nocti is fine.
Nocti's
if you like
alive.
this. Woo!
And I do have a minor potion of healing. Is there any way you can add that to my inventory so I don't have to buy it?
Yes, minor. Let me open up your character sheet.
Yeah, so the goal here is smash their skull in and stab them while they're stunned. Might not work well against thorns, though.
Is it just minor healing potion? Or it was probably healing potion minor.
Hammer is
There we go.
stamina training,
Boop.
too.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I'm pretty sure you did have multiple. I don't think you had more than 2, though. You guys haven't found that many of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I had one going in, and I think I bought another, and we got one from someone as an upfront for the trips we
Right.
took.
Yeah, that was the extra.
Emily.
You do have the separate one that is the old recipe still, but yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll call that good. All right. So back to the new set of checks. I think Oswin failed against Coda, right? But you could still roll for somebody else potentially, because that takes 10 minutes to fail. And then he has an hour of immunity.
I'll try and heal Nocti.
All right. Hold on that actually. Ashay, who did you tried to heal Ayala, right? Okay, so yes, Nocti is still a valid target. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
We'll just have to take another hour for Coda and Ayala.
Oof.
Alright, so a normal fail. Unsuccessful for Nocti. Unfortunate. So y'all will have to wait another hour. So it's getting closer to evening again. And then we can do a new round of checks.
Starting with Ayala again.
I will again remind about hero points since the session will be over soon anyways. It's pretty fair.
Sure, I'll hero point the last one.
I will
That is
also hero point.
Oh, that was no wonder. I was like, why is that check so low? I was rolling a check for Coda.
Oh, what's your
It
modifier?
still failed, but
Oh, okay.
it's a +4. But
That is fine.
that makes
Yeah,
a lot
Coda
more
is not
sense.
very good. So, Ashay, that is a success. Who are you healing?
Ayla.
All right, so if you want to take the full hour for Ayla, you can give Ayla 4d8 of healing. Or
Sure.
you can do the 2d8 with 10 minutes, but yeah. Cool. Sheesh. Pretty good healing.
And then, if we're taking one more bit of time, I'm gonna try Nocti.
Sounds good. And that is a success from Oswin, so you can roll your either 2d8 or 4d8 for Coda, depending on if you want to take 10 minutes or an hour. Which I think you can actually decide after you see the 2d8 if you want to. I think that's also valid, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
You could do 2d8 and then decide to finish it if you need more. That's my interpretation of it anyways, but it looks like you rolled enough either way.
So then you could spend 10 minutes on Nocti and we'd be good?
Potentially, yeah, so you could roll for Nocti as well, if you want to.
I think that actually was for Nocti. So
Oh, you were rolling for
So
Nocti,
that-
not Kodo. Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense. All right, so 12 hit points to Nocti. Very good. And then Coda still needs to be healed.
Alright, so in the next hour I'll do Coda. Oof.
Well, that's
Oh, I
perfect,
rolled
actually.
it with Coda
Oh.
again.
That's the check, not the total. Oh, rolled it with Coda. Yeah. Still not enough.
But still fail.
All right, so one more
Noticing
hour.
that I can take a look at Coda.
Um,
Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Yeah, the target becomes immune to treatments for an hour. Yeah. So one more hour. It's becoming like 9 p.m. But we'll assume you did your quick shopping and stuff earlier, and maybe we'll assume.
Or we can save it for the next day.
Yeah, I think maybe you could go around and, like you said, unencumber yourself. Like just get rid of the bulk stuff really quickly first, and save the more weird stuff for the next day when you'd be, a little bit more cheery and well rested and stuff. But so another hour passes, and whichever of you wants to try to help Coda here, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm pretty sure we have the same modifier, so
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if you
have a
want
plus
to
4.
choose to spend a hero point before the roll, you could give it advantage and lock it in. Hopefully.
I already spent mine.
All right.
Alright, let's try.
That's a success.
Cool.
So might as well send that. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's healed. Woo! And Nocti loses the wounded condition because treat wounds was used on Nocti. There we go. Excellent. Everyone is all patched up. Nocti has a band-aid on her forehead, probably.
Hopefully.
Because that's cute. Excellent. So let's go through the loot you wanted to bulk sell, things like armor and stuff, and just we'll add that all to your supply. You can put coin into the party sheet, so just let me know what the value is of stuff you're selling, and I'll just add that coin quickly.
I wanted to sell the shell necklace. That would be selling for 1 gold.
Let's handle that one next time because that one's a little weird.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, sorry.
The 2 short swords and the leather armor.
All right. Yeah, because the garrison will take like armor and weapons and stuff, but trying to find
And-
a buyer for a weird necklace might be a little hard.
Yeah, and the 2 crossbows.
All right. So what is the value of all that?
The crossbows are valued at 3 gold piece, so 2 of them together would sell for 3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna delete those.
All right.
The short swords are valued at 9 silver, so they would sell for 9 silver.
Makes sense.
Nice big armor stack.
And then, what's the last? Leather armor, I've got, sells for 1 gold.
All right. All right. Who else has
And
bulk
then
stuff? Sorry.
snare kits.
Ah, yes.
Can I sell 1 of them?
Sure.
Or should I? Are they, like, easy enough to sell?
I think the garrison would buy those. Yeah, like in case there was ever a weird situation where the town needed to fortify itself, right? Things like that would be handy.
Okay, so that's 2.5 gold.
Okay.
And we do have that emerald, but we can probably take care of that later.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we can handle that next time because that's a little bit more valuable. Any other bulk items?
Yes, I have 3 gold worth of leather armor to sell.
Okay.
And then I've got 4.5 silver worth of short sword.
Is this the sell value total?
Yes, for both.
Okay. Excellent. Other bulk items y'all are carrying?
I have nothing.
All right. Was Oswin carrying anything to sell?
No, I think I just grabbed some sling bullets. So I think I'm good.
All right. So in total, y'all got a little under 10 gold, which I have added to the party stash, which can be distributed later. Or now, either way. Right now it's being stored in Ashay's apartment because that's where we decided the stash was. But yeah. Cool. So next time
we can deal with that after we sort out the necklace and the unusual snare and some of the other stuff.
That's a good point, yeah. That makes sense. So everyone returns. I guess most of you are heading to Ashay's apartment, right? Ayala, you're going back to your library dorm, or are you also going to stay with Ashay? Just really pack in with everybody else. Just sleep over.
I might have Nocti stay there at least.
Oh, Nocti can keep company with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So finally, everyone gets to return to a well-deserved night's sleep as you all got into, what was that, like more than a half a dozen combats in one day? As you just plowed through a whole bunch of stuff, and you're all pretty exhausted. Some of you got pretty battered and soaked, and there were some foul smells and all sorts of weird adventures you had down in these caverns. And we'll pick up next time with you all waking up the next morning fresh and ready to continue your adventures here in the town, selling stuff and figuring out what the fuck is going on here. Why are there all these weird ruins and kobolds and things? But that's all for this week. Thank you all for joining me.
Thank you for
Thank you,
running.
Jordan.
Thanks for running.
Hell yeah.